Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth, and so I am back to do another reading, and this is for the fire sign collective singles: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this is for the next couple of weeks, and starting tomorrow, the 12th, through the 25th of June, 2020. And I'll say this, I say this every time, that energy is fluid. This may resonate with you, or whenever you watch the video is when most likely, hopefully, some of this will resonate with some of you. And I just decided that I would do a series for all the signs, all the signs as far as the singles are concerned. I've been doing a lot of readings lately for people that are single and frustrated and going back and forth between an ex, or just having trouble moving forward, or just stuck about, do I stay single, or everybody's asking. I mean, I'm just getting a lot of these types of readings, and so let's just see where this takes us today. The deck I'm using is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. It's a 78 card deck. It's quite beautiful. The artwork it's beautiful. It's really colorful. The colors in here are just outstanding. They're really bright and happy, and it has a happy energy to it. It has, obviously, to me, like a fiery energy to it since I've started reading the deck. And also, before I get started, I am definitely running a contest still. So when I get to, hopefully, eventually 300 subscribers, I will give away 2 free readings for 15 minutes by phone with randomly choose 2 subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do. If you like the video, hit the like button afterwards if you do like it, and share the video, please. And if you want to book a reading, all my readings, by the way, at least until the end of the summer, because I feel like we're all kind of going through it with this pandemic. Financially, a lot of us are just getting by. So I'll be doing a sliding scale fee for the rest of, at least until the end of the summer. All right. So again, I am using the Muse deck. I am doing a Celtic cross spread. I know it's kind of hard to see from the camera angle. I just decided to go a different way. So let's start with the first 2 cards here. We have where you guys are right now as far as the energy of, like, what is this theme of the reading, or what's going on. Now in this deck, it's called 10 of Emotions. And this would be, this would be cups, I believe. Okay. And yes, cups. So the 10 of Cups is actually, you guys seem to be with the 10 of Cups energy. I know it's very orangey and pink and bright and blue. And I mean, in general, the 10 of Cups is about fulfillment with family, fulfillment with not just family, but fulfillment with love in your life, with the friends in your life. You may be feeling, because literally next to that card, to clarify, is the 3 of Cups. And this is all about being grateful for the people in your life. I think for you fire signs, not everyone, but for some of you, whether it's your sun, your moon, or your rising, your friends are important to you. Whether you have a ton of friends, whether you have 30 friends, whether you have 5 friends, it doesn't matter. The people in your life, it seems from this energy with the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, I feel like some of you consider your family to be your friends, or your friends to be your family. Like, you look at your friends and think, this is my family. Or it could be that you look at your family and think, these are my real friends. So this is kind of how deep it goes. But this is definitely being happy and content with the people in your life at this time. So it just could be regarding the people that you're closest to. And I'm getting friendships, and I'm getting someone close to you. Like, you've maybe noticed recently that, I do have some really special people in my life. And you guys are pretty blessed with that. That's how I feel. And there may have even been a recent conversation you had with somebody where you said, it's not the quantity, really, it's the quality. And I feel like that's been a conversation you may have had, some of you, not everyone. Now, crossing the cards here, these usually would be crossing like this. We have, the first card we have is the Knight of, it says materials, but this would be Pentacles. So the crossing card is the challenge. These are what challenges that are coming ahead for the next couple of weeks. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because the King of Pentacles in general is, this is the Knight of Materials, Knight of Pentacles, Knights move quick. Usually they move quickly, but because it's pentacles or materials here, even a knight, even the Knight of Pentacles is methodical and takes his time. He rushes in his mind maybe, but he's plotting and planning. And next to that card, we have the Two of Swords. So I feel like for some of you fire signs out there, the Two of Swords is being at a crossroads. It's not, if you can look at the picture, you know, she's put like both women are pulling their heads and they're frustrated. The woman is absolutely, she can't decide what, you know, where do I go? What path do I take? And it's like, trying to make a really important decision, but pausing for as long as you possibly can. It's like putting something off, you know, and that kind of makes sense with the challenge of the Knight of Materials or Knight of Pentacles, which is the ambitious energy of going after something you want. It's a goal. It's a determination to pursue something you want. And the challenge for you, as far as the clarity card, the clarification card, is the Two of Voices or Two of Swords. So for me, when I see these two cards together, it's wanting to move ahead and make some decisions, but the choices that you're making, it's almost like you've been deliberately delaying them. But I feel like eventually you're not going to be able to put these decisions off, whatever they're about. Because in your recent past, okay, we have the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Emotions in this deck. And the Knight of Cups, or the Knight of Emotions in your recent past, is this offering of the idea of love. You know, it's kind of like an immature idea, but it's romantic energy, whether it's a water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You may have it in your rising sign. You may know someone, male or female, that's a water sign that you might have been connected to that may be younger than you, or it's just a romantic energy. But it's also there's complacency here with the Four of Cups clarifying it. So in the recent past, I think for some of you fire signs, there's been this idea of love and this idea of someone on your mind, maybe someone you've been thinking about. And for some of you, it's this holding back, the Four of, you know, and even in this depiction here, she's resisting temptation. You know, she's not really, I mean, the flowers are right in front of her, but her eyes are closed. She's resisting, you know. So this is an energy of resistance in your recent past, whether it's by you or someone maybe in your past that you cared about. But I really feel strongly for some of you fire signs, you've been maybe resisting the connection with someone close to you, or not really caring about pursuing anything that way. Again, this is for the singles. So that energy of the Four of Materials, you know, the Four of Materials is Pentacles. Excuse me. I got to correct myself, guys. So the Four of Pentacles is exactly what I said, holding back, resisting. And I feel like recently, for some of you fire signs, when it comes to expressing how you feel, you have been holding back. And in the distant past, we're going to get to the last 6 months. We have the Nine of Pentacles, or the Nine of Materials here. And this is a lovely energy in the last 6 months of appreciating everything you have, feeling blessed. Maybe 6 months ago, you guys were feeling confident with your career, feeling confident about your health, your body, feeling prosperous, feeling financially prosperous, and the Magician's clarifying it. So it's maybe a boost of confidence you guys had 6 months ago, where you felt like, you know, you were putting it all out there and you were experiencing life on your terms. And this is actually in tarot, if you look it up in any book, a lot of readers will tell you Nine of Materials or Nine of Pentacles is sometimes the card of the single person, but this person is happy about being single. They have no personal, really, I mean, whatever personal responsibilities they have, it isn't about a commitment. They're kind of just really free from that right now. And that's in the last 6 months. So I hope that this is starting to resonate or make sense with some of you fire people out there. My moon is Sag, so I can totally relate. Now, Mercury has been retrograde. Mercury went retrograde, I believe, on the 5th. I could be wrong. But I believe if it hasn't gone retrograde yet, it's going retrograde. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But I'm feeling it. My communication has been so off lately. And I usually start to feel Mercury going retrograde like a week or two even before it happens sometimes. Maybe because I'm an empath and I'm just picking up on all this energy. So if I sound a little off, it's because the Mercury retrograde energy is really affecting me, along with a lot of other planets. Excuse me, guys. So I'm looking at your projected outcome. And now in this this, the way I do the spread here is the projected outcome. These two cards have to do with, it's like the potential outcome. If you choose to go on this path, if you choose to behave in a certain way, so we're going from complacency and desire to the projected outcome of the Queen of Pentacles. She's beautiful, or the Queen of Materials in this deck. And she's all about taking responsibility and being methodical, but taking advantage of beauty, and taking advantage of her intellect and her creativity. And for some of you, it's making money off of your creativity. Whatever you guys do, whether it's art, music, dance, whether it's writing, whether it's teaching, whatever you do, it could be anything, whatever you do, hairdressers, anyone. These fire signs in general are incredibly artistic, creative people. And so whatever you're focusing on in your life with your career, it's bringing you a great deal of joy. Now, for some of you, you have the Lovers as the clarification card. So this potential outcome for some of you is the idea of, for some it could be love. I mean, the Lovers is a major arcana card, and this card is pretty intense. Here, take a look before I get into it there. It's gorgeous. This is, about companionship. It's also literally the Lovers is, partnership. And for some of you, this is, going into partnership with somebody could be related to a business. For some of you, because this is an earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, you may know someone who is an earth sign energy that you connect with, whether it's a male or a female. For some of you, it could be that you connect with an earth sign energy, or you meet someone that you connect with that could help you with your career. For some of you, it could be definitely romantic. But the projected outcome for some of you is, for you singles, okay, is to feel really grounded in your next relationship. To feel like you have a partnership where both of you are on the same page and there are no secrets. It's open. In this card especially, everything is open. The lotuses are just in blossom and they're fully open and expressing. And that's how I believe the Queen of Materials or the Queen of Pentacles. And when I look at her, she takes everything. She takes communication seriously. She takes her career seriously. She's a responsible person. So if some of you, the next person you might get yourself involved with romantically might be very different than what you're used to. Because with this Queen of Pentacles energy, if you are indeed attracting an earth sign energy in the future, or this person that you meet, that you either get romantic with, or you go into partnership with, or even friendship with, has a grounding energy he or she has a grounding energy. So that's the potential outcome. Now, in your immediate future, we have this gorgeous card here is the Star card. This is inspiration and faith. For some of you fire signs, you're inspired in the immediate future. You're feeling incredibly inspired. You may be really focusing on your something that you're really good at, something that you love, and you're putting energy into that to perfect it, to just become better at it. For some of you fire signs, it's creative. For some of you fire signs, it's definitely something that will bring you a great deal of, I think, emotional and creative fulfillment. Now, clarifying the card is the two of materials, or Two of Pentacles. Now, in general, in other decks, you're going to see that it's a juggling card. You're balancing everything in your life. You're kind of going with the flow here. But in this card, she's ecstatic. And what she's doing, with those flowers or pom-poms in her hand, these are actually roses. I mean, she's juggling them, but with joy. So in your immediate future, you're beginning to feel quite fulfilled, I believe. Some of you are beginning to focus on specific goals. You're beginning to have more faith in what you do and having more trust in yourself, and you're noticing that in other people responding to you and having more faith in you. This is great energy in your immediate future. This is definitely an energy of, you have a purpose. I feel like you guys have a purpose, or you feel like you have a purpose, and you're feeling confident, and you're feeling that it's moving you. It's moving you in a good direction, where you're just feeling like you're in a good place right now. And I think this has a lot to do with what some of you do professionally. For some, it could be your physical health, by the way, whether you're trying to, run a marathon, or if you're trying to, because I know fire signs just can't sit still, or you're physically trying to get healthier, lose weight. For some of you, it's inspiration around definitely body and health. For some of you, it's creativity with your career, and some of you it could be, again, you're singles. So I feel like the singles out here are kind of not putting, you're not really putting your romance, you're not making romance or your love life, you're not making it a priority. You're making your own personal happiness your priority. And that's, I believe, when you least expect it is when the love shows up. And it can be surprising, it can be shocking, because especially you fire signs here, not all of you, but some of you are very focused on your own self-growth, okay? Now your current state of mind, this is where you guys are today, or where your mode of thinking has been. This is the Eight of Cups, and this is a card of feeling emotionally exhausted. You know, this is an energy of just getting away from emotionally draining people in your life, whether it's a family member that is just draining you, whether it's a friend, you know, it could be a situation or a memory or the past, or just walking away from, it's letting go of the past, okay, and walking away. And then you have the 10 of Swords, 10 of Voices in this deck. So this is the ending. You guys probably recently, for some of you singles, may have emotionally finally felt like you walked away from, maybe there was a relationship for some of you that ended, and you held on to the idea of it until finally you said to yourself, fuck, I'm not holding on to this anymore. It was too painful. And you may have even found out information with this card here, 10 of Swords. Excuse me, something about the other person, or they found out something about you. Okay, so I'm kind of getting, with some of you fire signs out there, there could have been somebody that found out something about you that bothered them or shocked them or caused them to feel just like, I'm done. And it could have been the other way around. But this is also just a feeling of changing behavior patterns, changing. It's like putting yourself first. For some of you Aries, all of you, but I'm hearing Aries. Some of you Aries, especially the Aries women, have a tendency to just sacrifice and give and give. Especially, I've known people in my life. I've had family members, and I've done this. And some women, you know, I had a teacher many years ago who was very committed to her marriage, and she just put everything ahead of everything. She put him before everything else, and did everything for him. It exhausted her until finally she focused on herself. And when you do that, it can be overwhelming with the 10 of Swords, but it's also this energy of when you put everything back on yourself and you dedicate your life to yourself now, that's when change happens. That's when you see miracles occur. Okay, so I know that sounds like a lot, but excuse me, that's what I'm seeing. It's interesting energy. Now in your environment, these cards here are about environment. It's like it's literally how you're affecting your environment, and vice versa, how the environment's affecting you. And we have this gorgeous card, it says inspiration. This would be Ace of Wands. And so this is literally the card of the beginning. It's the first stage of inspiration. You're feeling inspired. You're inspiring others. It's interesting. Whatever you guys are doing, whether it's, again, whatever projects you're working on, you're inspiring others around you to, it's interesting because the clarification card is the 7 of Voices, or the 7 of Swords. Now we know in general, the 7 of Swords here, in general, is a card of uncertainty or vacillation. Back and forth, you know, and sometimes it can be a card of, you know, perceiving. It's almost like a card of, I just want to see how they do it here. It's this uncertainty, but it's this not trusting. I mean, when I see the foxes, you know, I feel like sometimes that can be an energy of not trusting, and the shadowy energy here. So for some of you, you're feeling very inspired, and you're trying new things, and you're very focused and charged, and you're going for it. But there also seems this, like, you're not sure who you can trust energy, or maybe you're not sure whose opinion you can trust. Maybe you're just not sure maybe you're just doubting yourself with the 7 of Swords. I think it's more about not worrying about, by the way, I'm getting this hit. Don't worry about the opinions of certain people. Trust the flow of your work. Trust the flow of your creativity. Trust the flow of it. And if you feel like there are certain energies, certain people in your life that are a bit, I don't know, maybe they're off their game. Maybe they're just not doing great. I don't know. Maybe their opinion is just not what you need right now. Don't take it personally. But, you know, remember to turn to those that you trust. But I also get the impression with this with the Ace of Wands here, is that you guys are incredibly inspired in the next couple of weeks. And it's going to catapult you into the next energy. These are your hopes and fears. This is an interesting card. In this deck, the Tower, it kind of, it's like unexpected, like, whoa, I didn't see this. I think a lot of you don't like, no one likes to be hit with unexpected things. We don't want to be surprised like that, especially when it's the Tower. But I feel like in this deck, it's more about it. Like if you see the energies going to this person's head, going to their brain. So I feel like and also to the bottom of the rock here, which for me, it's like you're grounding. You're gonna feel like maybe where you're standing, or wherever you're sitting, or wherever you're standing right now, your ideas are beginning to change, the way you see the world, and you're being, again, I feel like new ideas are coming in and shaking you, and unexpected events are showing up in your environment. Again, this is for the singles out there, and the two of cups, or two of emotions. So you do have like the idea of wanting to meet someone and connect with the two of cups. You do desire love. Excuse me, guys, but I feel like it comes in when you least expect it. And I also feel like you are going to attract new energy for love. We'll clarify a couple of these cards, but you guys are going to attract, definitely, with these hopes and fears energy. It's usually what comes up in the next couple of weeks. So it's almost like an unexpected, either connecting with somebody or meeting somebody or hearing about somebody. And it just could be an instant like attraction. Not sure where it's going to go. It's also about having it. I feel like for you guys, it's these ideas, the Tower. It's whatever is happening. It's kind of putting you in a position of feeling really emotionally balanced. Okay, so whatever comes your way in the next couple of weeks that maybe you didn't expect. And again, for you singles that are looking for relationships, it definitely could be something like that. So the outcome for you guys in the next couple of weeks, we have 10 of Wands, or the 10 of Inspiration. This energy is a little bit different in this deck. I mean, in general, the 10 of Wands is oppression, or feeling like the world is, like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It can be an energy of not feeling appreciated, for everything that you do, feeling neglected. But in this energy, with the outcome, we have like your ducks are all in a row here, but I also feel like for some of you, you're working toward a specific goal, and in order to get to that top of the mountain, you have to really work hard and commit, because we've got the 9 of Inspiration next to it. And the 9, this is about defending yourself here, but she's beautiful. Take a look. The 9 of Inspiration, or the 9 of Wands with the 10 of Wands, is more about committing to your body. I'm getting very strongly, for some of you, it's a commitment to your health, a commitment to your creativity, a commitment to really putting all of your energy into your creative flow, whether you're writing or you're painting or you're working on a project at home or whatever you're working on. You're putting all of your energy into it, and it's bringing you, I know you're working hard, because some of you, you're diligent workers. When you do something, you go all in. So I feel like you're committing yourself, again, to something that you're just fully committed to. And I feel like it's an interesting energy. I'm going to clarify quickly. I don't know how much time we have here, but I do want to clarify these cards, just a few of them. So I'm going to get into, let's see here. The clarification we'll get to is the immediate future of the Star card and the 2 of Pentacles. So these are the Star and the 2 of Pentacles. Here's the Star and the 2 of Material or Pentacles. So we're going to ask just what is up with the immediate future of the Star card and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, Spirit, can you please, I'm asking my guides and guardian angels to please be as accurate and as evidential as possible. What is the Star card and the 2 of Pentacles? So we've got 9 of Swords. So this is literally anxiety and stress, not sleeping. And I think that for some of you, with the Star card, which is a card of faith and inspiration, it's creative balance. There's some of you that are dealing with some anxiety issues about making any positive and making changes in your life. It's frightening to do something for yourself that it's like you're taking a risk. And I know some of you are taking a risk with something in your career or something with your personal life and even your romantic life. Taking a risk romantically, if it's something that you desire, it's scary. So one more card, Spirit, in the immediate future You've got this faith, this inspiration. You seem to be going with the flow. I feel like some of you just aren't sleeping. And then we've got the Page of Swords. So it's interesting because in your immediate future, it could be communication from an air sign from your past or from a younger person. But this is about the Page of Swords, or the Page of Voices, is ideas, you know. And for some of you fire signs, you may be communicating with people, or for some of you, you're thinking too much. For some of you, with the Page of Swords here in your immediate future, I think it's positive self-talk. I truly believe, because the Page of Swords they come on pretty strong, but they can be positive. It's more about positive thinking and listening to your creative ideas and not letting your fear get in the way of what you can create in the future. All right, so I hope that makes sense. We're going to move into the environment here, how you're affecting your environment and vice versa. And we've got the Seven of Cups, and we have the Ace of Wands. So Seven of Cups and the Ace of Wands. I wonder, it's interesting because Ace of Wands is inspiration. Seven of Cups is feeling like overly inspired, or feeling like you might have too many options on the table. I thought it was the Seven of Swords. I'm so sorry, guys. That's the Seven of Cups. Yeah. It's definitely next to the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands. It's interesting because you have all these things that you want to do. Some of you have ideas. You have so many things you want to pursue. It's picking one thing. And with the Ace of Wands here, in your environment, I feel like some of you are going to be able to focus on a couple of things that inspire you and motivate you, okay, and get you where you want to be in the next couple of weeks, even if it's a start. So clarifying the Ace of Wands, please, Spirit, and the Seven of Cups. Ace of Wands, what is this about? This is the Empress. So you guys are focusing on a couple of different, there's a lot of things here. She's a gorgeous card. You can make sure you can see her without the light getting in the way. This is a card of future. It's a card of beauty. It's a card of fertility. It's a card of self-love. It's mothering, nurturing. This energy for you guys, it's especially with these cards here, has to do with doing something that brings happiness and nurturing to your life. Again, for some of you singles that are looking, you may feel like in the next couple of weeks that there could be maybe some romantic options coming your way for some of you who are looking. For some of you that are working on a project, a creative project, or a professional project, or a personal project, this is about self-nurturing, self-care, all right, and making better choices for yourself, because we're going to clarify the Tower and the Two of Cups. Moving forward, we're clarifying that the Tower, which is our hopes and fears in the next couple of weeks, and the Two of Cups, please, Spirit, the Tower and the Two of Cups. Tower, and I'm asking my guides to please be as accurate and as evidential as possible. The the Tower, Two of Cups. So we have Three of Wands. So it's a beautiful card too. I feel like with the Tower and the Lovers here, this for some of you is related to projects and goals that you're working on that are being attained. You know, with the Three of Wands, or the Three of Inspirations, especially with the Tower and the Two of Cups here, whatever is kind of coming your way that you're not expecting gives you a different perspective of, I don't know, with the Three of Wands, it's looking back at what you've achieved, I believe, you know, and being grateful for the lessons you've learned. I'm going to pull one more card there, please, on the Tower and the Two of Cups. This could be related to a couple of different things. A project that you're working on in the next couple of weeks. A couple of different projects that you're working on. There could be some unexpected energy shifts showing up. I'm asking Spirit to show me, because with this is, for some of you, it's related to the work you do. Okay. For some of you, oh my God, Eight of Wands. This is unexpected communication. For some of you, you're going to hear from someone about work, perhaps, getting a job, perhaps. For some of you, you're going to hear from someone, because it's the Two of Cups, from someone from your past. For some of you, it's just communicating with someone that you haven't heard from in a long time. So that's interesting. I'm definitely getting a hit for some of you fire signs. For those of you looking for work or looking to propel your career, it's information coming through that's very good news. And then the outcome, of course, with the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands, I'm going to ask my guides to please clarify one more card here. 10 of Wands and 9 of Wands. I feel like you're very committed to a project. You're committed to a goal, and you're not letting anything get in your way. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And she's mental. It's like mentally, she's very serious. When she starts something, she finishes it. She's the boss. Queen of Swords she's not like, she looks like she's cold as ice, but she's strong, and she'll defend herself. She'll defend anyone that she believes in. So you've got her on your side here. It's an air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. This is someone either that is supporting what you're doing, or it's a friend, or this is part of who you are, expressing how you feel with confidence. So that's what I see for you guys in the next couple of weeks. I hope that this reading resonated with some of you. If you guys are interested at all in a reading, like I said, I am doing a sliding scale for everybody for all the readings. I'll post everything below. I take PayPal, so if you want to donate to the channel and you appreciate the work I'm doing, feel free to donate. And I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. So blessings to all, and please stay safe. Bye-bye.